Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. Going
crazy for you, and this is happening more and more and more. So it looks like you're now
yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I feel good, man. Shows my hard work been paying off, so we can't get content. There's still a lot more stuff to do and a lot more stuff to accomplish.
When you watch a fight like this, and you're friends with one of the guys, is it hard to watch? Are you nervous? Do you cheer? Do you chill?
Yeah, a lot of times I'm nervous. Before the fight, before the bell ring, I get nervous and stuff like that. I get more nervous for they fight than my fight. I'm really nervous in my fight, so it was good, man.
Is there anything Adrian could have done differently? I think
he should have thrown more punches and use his jab more. Just let his hands go more. But credit to Mike, man. Mike a dog.
What'd you think of Charlo? You trained with one of the Charlos. Yeah. What'd you think of Jermall's performance?
Jermall looks strong, man. I don't know what's wrong with the
What was
leg.
up the leg? Yeah. You did that in the silver gloves, you said. You did that to your opponent?
Like he pulled his hamstring or something. I'm like, man, what's up? So dude, leg, that's all I was looking at. But Jermall looks strong, man, at 160. And I think, he'll be a problem for Triple G. With his jab, he's tall, he's athletic, he can punch. So I think, he'll be a problem for Triple G.
Now, I know you sparred with Jermall. Have you ever sparred with Jermall?
Nah, I never sparred with Jermall. Because Jermall trained with my coach, so
he's
so
my gym.
Told me he was in there with you for 15 rounds. You're the hardest hitter he's ever been in the ring.
Oh yeah? That's a compliment. I never hit myself, so I wouldn't
Everybody's asking you about next.
Yeah.
When you get back in the ring?
Hopefully October, November, but I haven't talked to my manager yet. So hopefully when I talk to him, we figure out who want to fight, what it's looking like on the board. So right now I'm just enjoying my little time off, still in the gym working hard and staying focused.
Now one of the toughest things to do in boxing, like other sports, baseball, 160 games, NBA 82 games, when you lose in boxing, it's much more difficult. How do you talk to a fighter after this? What do you think?
You can't really say too much. All you can say is, keep your head up and, you'll be back. It's really on that fighter to, figure out what he did wrong and, soul search within himself and come back and, have a great performance. So, it's really in that fighter's head what he's going to do and how he's going to bounce back. That's what real champions do. So, I think he's going to bounce back.
Now, 2017's been pretty lit with all the fights. Canelo versus Triple G. It looks like you have a mutual respect for Canelo's skill set. Who are you picking that fight and why?
I'm picking Canelo. I think Canelo is more fundamentally sound. I feel like he's more explosive. Danny Jacobs, showed that that Triple G can be hit and he can be backed up. And I think Canelo, is going to back him up. I think Canelo's going to stand there with him, and, trade a few blocking shots, and, beat him up. I think Triple G throws single shots. He really doesn't throw a lot unless he has you hurt or on the run. But he throws single shots, and I feel like Canelo, even though he fights at a burst, I feel like he's going to be overwhelming.
Are you concerned about getting the type of fight you want in your next fight? You're coming off of a career-defining win, and it looks like, Tim Bradley may retire, Robert Guerrero has already retired. Looks like some of the other guys are getting tied up with other fights. Are you concerned about getting someone that you want?
No, I'm not concerned at all. The fight's going to happen. We basically, me and Keith Thurman basically on the crash course, so anything between these fights, is extra. That's the main fight that I want. So, we both had the same management.
I'm the biggest fan. I'm the biggest fan. Oh my God, I love Errol Spence.
He's dog right here, man.
2 snaps up. Fucking awesome. I love Errol Spence.
Who's the bigger puncher? Who's the bigger puncher? You or Errol Spence?
Errol Spence.
You can punch. Who else do you have on your list? There's big punchers for boxing.
Of course, you got to put Triple G on there. Jermall, Charlo. He's improved over and over there. He's a hard puncher. Of course, you got to put Deontay Wilder on there. That dude got crazy one-shot power. Who else? That's really about it
Gervonta?
Oh yeah, Gervonta. Tank. Yeah, Tank a dog, man. He got crazy knockout power.
Tank said he's the biggest puncher in boxing.
He might be. I don't know, man. They're still up for grabs, so.
Hey, Errol, I came late to the party, so let me get your take on the Broner Garcia fight and the Charlo Heathen fight.
With the Charlo and Heathen fight, you know, Charlo just showed his dominance. I don't know what's up with the dude leg. They're kind of stiffened up, and he was fighting like one leg.
I had thought he had hurt him, and then he kind of
I think he locked up. I think he locked up on him, and you know, Charlo just showed, you know, he's a big guy, uses his jab, and he's fundamentally sound. With the Broner and Garcia just, you know, he does everything right. You know, he's fundamentally sound to the teeth. You know, his jab, you know, the way he blocks, the way he slips, you know, he doesn't overreact to anything. You know, he's well schooled. Even his angles, the way he moves and get out of the way of punches, he's just well schooled all around across the board. And I just feel like, you know, he used those skills and they had a real game plan and they stuck it out all the way through. I think with Broner, you know, he just didn't let his hands go. You know, which, you know, he's done in the past. He just didn't let his hands go, man, and you know, that was his downfall. He just didn't throw no punches, and it's a lot of things he could have done fundamentally different. You know, Garcia's a top fighter, man.
Yo,
you mentioned.
I want to see Batista and Errol Spence in there.
Yo, you mentioned Mikey had a game plan. Do you think Adrian was maybe missing a game plan? Do you think maybe he focused too much on making the weight?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it looked like he was training hard. Like, I was talking to him when he was in camp, you know, they're saying, you know, Adrian was looking like a dog and stopping people and stuff like that. So, you know, I think he trained hard. He may be overtrained. I don't know. You know, I wasn't, you know, just in his camp, but you know, it looked like he was training hard out there in Colorado Springs. So, I don't know. You gotta give Garcia a lot of credit, man. Garcia, he's a top fighter. You know, he's an elite fighter. You know, he's just a good fighter all across the board.
You think
he has crazy timing too? His timing is real good.
He just took. That was kind of my next question. You think because he was really selective with his punches, and it looked like at the beginning, Broner was expecting him to be more, you know, aggressive so he could try to counter. But once he realized how selective he was, that's when Broner started moving around like, I'm just gonna let you lead and I'm gonna try to counter you. I mean, did you see it that way or what?
Garcia's his timing, his fundamentals. You know, he don't overreact on things. You know, he wasn't overexertive. You know what I'm saying? He just touched him here, then let some go, and he was just his shots was selective. Like he was going over the top, going to the bottom, uppercut, hooks, jabs. You know, everything was different. So, you know, he showed that he has a real arsenal. You know, he just kept switching it up. So, I mean, there was just a lot of stuff to deal with tonight for him. So, credit to him.
I mean, how did you get over this? Because you didn't get discouraged at all. Hillbrook, you know, he came out aggressive. You know, just the contrast. I'm just thinking about it right now. But you didn't lose your game plan. You didn't lose your head. That's just obviously.
I mean, just being in training camp and just working. You know, just working on the game plan and just repetition, doing over and over. So, you know, I wasn't going to, you know, detour from, you know, what I had going unless, you know, I was losing real bad down there. I got to dog him out. And that's when I changed it up. But, you know, the game plan's working. We knew we were going to get him in later rounds. You know, we knew possibly, you know, the long layoff, you know, I'd be off a little bit. And it worked out, man. The game plan worked out to a T.
What will do next for you, Errol?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta talk to my management, talk to my coach, and I haven't talked to anybody right now. I'm on vacation.
Thanks, Errol. Appreciate it, man.